Good morning, friends. This is another wonderful opportunity for us to discuss again on the billion coin. My name again is Basil Ode, broadcasting live from Enugu, the coal city, the capital of Enugu State, southeastern Nigeria. I welcome all of you in this broadcast, both my local and global audience. You're welcome. This morning, we'll be looking at a topic TBC, why I love this community. It is very, very needful that we know why community, TBC as a community. What makes it a community? What type of community? How, what is the benefit of being in such a community? All these viewpoints I will share with you this morning. I'll start by, first of all, remind us of the current events and the news we have in our TBC, the Billion Coin community. As I always advise my friends and fellow TBCians that the TBC blog, that blog.thebillioncoin.info remains our guaranteed source of information. Our blog remains the place to get rich and formidable information to drive your experience in the TBC community. Now we know that there are new things happening. I'll start with the one that happened last week, the QR code. You know, the QR code is already in place. We can make transactions from smartphone to smartphone, from smartphone to laptop and other devices via the QR code transaction system. It's a wonderful one. And in the blog of the admin, the appropriate blog for the QR code, there are steps laid down for us to know and to follow. You also notice when you log into, when you go to the TBC 009 net wallet, you will notice just at the bottom part of the login screen, public notice. That is another thing I will share greatly in this episode, because that public notice is required of all of us to go through that public notice, to study it in detail, so that we can conform ourselves according to the things written there, so as to be a true practicing TBCian, a TBCian that has enough and adequate information to go with our agreements and the rules of engagement. So, going back to my topic, why I love this community. First of all, what type of community is TBC? I will start by sharing with us. I will share the screen of that public notice, the public announcement that the TBC admin published for us, of which I've been studying. And I want this opportunity to share with my people, my team members, my fellow TBCians, those I have been opportune to be their leader. So this morning, as you go through this, I want us to study this public notice together. And at the end of this study, you will now know why I love this community. Because TBC is just one community that make a difference in anyone's life in this present moment. If you know the economic downtrend, if you know the economic direction, if you know the global things happening all over the world, you'll find that it's in this TBC community that one can have a secure, reliable foundation to meet any challenges that may want to come. So I want to share with you this morning. So I will share my screen with us, and I would like us to look at the public screen, the public and we're going to look at the things that we need to really give us an opportunity to give us an idea of what it means by being in a community like TBC. So I will share my screen with us now. Just with me, with share the screen. So I would like us to, okay. So we are trying to share the screen. Let's do it again. Sorry. So try sharing the screen again. Don't know this screen whether you could share it, but want to look at the Kringle Private Society, the Billion Coin, a global sharing and illuminatory society public announcement, October 1st, 2018. So we're going to go through this. As we go through it, we are going to look at the foundation, what makes TBC a private community and what community. So I'm going to read. This public announcement is directed to the current members of the Worldwide Private Society that has been known since March 2016 as the Billion Coin or TBC, as well as to all parties, both public and private, who may have an interest in this information. The intent of this announcement is to inform our members of important changes and refinements to our structure that are being implemented at this time to better serve our members and more accurately portray the nature and character of our society, our private membership association, and our global mission. This is being undertaken to better define exactly what our society and membership community is and has always been since our inception. These changes and refinements are a result of further research and investigation into the necessary compliance requirements of the global system. This relates to laws pertaining to monetary systems, public versus private currencies, and other matters. So I'll just pause here and speak a little about what I just read. It's important that we look at those statements. First, as a private community living in a global community, it's important we state our affairs to be in compliance with existing legal structure. So as a private community, we recognize that we need to have a legal framework to exist peacefully with other global communities. By so doing, we'll be in harmony, and our practices, our efforts, and all we do will be in conformity with global legal practices. To this effect, this public notice is to align us with the proper use of language, appropriate terms to convey the core values, the core principles of our practice, our private community. And in lieu of this document have been placed in our hands to study, to soak it in it, and be able to conduct our life, ourselves in the appropriate manner that will actually give harmony to where we belong. So again, I will share the screen and read the other parts of the documents. So I'll go again. We'll go back and share screen we are looking at. So I'll continue reading. So we have always, since the beginning, directed our efforts in creating the billion coin to be in full compliance with all laws and jurisdictions, while at the same time providing the solutions we have developed to relieve global poverty for all people in this world. With our new research and investigation, we have determined that certain use of language was misleading or potentially able to be misconstrued. Therefore, the time for clarity and precision is now upon us as a community. Certain fundamental components of our private society and membership association were inferred, but not necessarily precisely conveyed with our course of language and presentation. Thus, we now see we must correct previous errors and mistakes, whether done by commission or omission, and more properly present to our membership and the world at large what exactly we are and what we are not. In this regard, pursuant to this announcement, we wish to define these fundamental points and principles to achieve clarity for all concerned. These points are as follows. TBC community was founded as a private society and a private contract association and continues as such to this day. It will always be defined exactly by these two phrases. What are these two phrases? The TBC community is defined as a private society and private contract association, PCA. This is important. So I would like us also to look in continuation of this reading. It tries to tell us, it says a private society is not incorporated in any jurisdiction and is established upon the right of all people to have and express the paramount right of self-determination and privatization. As an unincorporated body politic, we do not derive our existence from any external authorization, but by the will and intent of the members of the society. At the same time, we honor and respect the laws of all nations and do not encourage in any member to do otherwise. It is of the highest importance in our principles of association that we remain in honor and peace with all people and all nations. I'll look at the other one, and that one, which is our society is founded upon a mission purpose with stated principles. This mission purpose will soon be formally defined in a published mission statement, while at the same time, this session we have not We have put forward the principles that, in fact, define our mission and purpose in various written presentations, both public and private. Now, let's look at the mission principles. Following that, says in next paragraph, the mission and principles are simple and pure. We are here to provide the people of the world a tool to alleviate all poverty and suffering for all people. This tool puts into the hands of the people the right of self-empowerment. That gives us an idea of the principle. Then, secondly, a private contract association is a group of people who come together to form a mutual basis of association, a mutual benefit society in which all benefits from the structure, tools, and principles of society are accrued to and are shared by all the members. A private society and a private contract association styled as a mutual benefit society is not owned by any individual. They exist by the will of the members and are established on the basis of privately contracted to and agreed upon set of rules and activities. These rules have already been made clear since our beginning as to what is required to be a member of a society and association in good standing. As a member in good standing, one has the benefit of using the billion coin and the kringle currency as a private medium of exchange. One of our mistakes was naming this currency as a form of money, which we now realize is not accurate, and this will soon be corrected. The term money carries certain legal definitions and implications. Thus, by this announcement, we are making it clear that any and all use of terms such as money, dollar, euro, or other similar words and references was done in error and mistake. We therefore hereby issue our formal apology and declaration of intent to correct such mistakes forthwith and with the utmost expediency possible. TBC and kringle are not commercial instruments or negotiable paper as those terms are defined in domestic and international legal systems. Any implications, inference, or aspersions to the contrary were done in error, and again, we apologize for any misunderstanding or confusion caused by our inaccurate use of language, all of which will soon be corrected on our websites and in any other materials available, either public or private. TBC and kringle are not in any way a security instrument. They do not secure any interest in any intrinsic value, commodity, asset, or account. They are a privately issued medium of exchange. Very important. I want to pause this for tell us. They are a privately issued medium of exchange available only to members of a private mission society and private contract association, pursuant to and according to its private rules of membership and participation. The inherent value that they represent is only the life force and spiritual value of our private society members. I'll pause here and just glance through because I expect all our members to go and study this in full. But I want to just look at this first line here. We are a global sharing and a missionary society. The sharing is derived by the private contract agreement to share our value and life force with each other for mutual support and benefit. Then let's listen to this very closely. Say, let's look at this line. TBC and kringle are a private currency. I repeat, TBC and kringle are a private currency, which means it is designed to flow through a channel, which, like as a river, has a current and flows through its course. So now I want us to take that very, very close. It is a private currency. Now, the word elimsonary here means charitable. And we define our society as such because we believe in the true charity of kindness, giving, sharing, and supporting lives of integrity and respect. As we all work together to build this global community, we are providing true giving and sharing for all to participate. Now, again, in this passage, we look at now, it says, any use or reference to commercial terms or comparative value ratios against national currencies or precious metals is only for comparative purposes and does not impute any direct or secure relationship to such instruments or assets. Any misconstruction of this in the past was done by mistake, an error for which we apologize and shall rapidly correct as stated therein. Now I want to just look at this one. It says, henceforth we shall all use the formal names of our organization as the Kringle Private Society and the TBC Private Contract Association. I would like us to go through all this and we will enrich ourselves. I'm just taking look like one. It says again, in the near future, articles of association will be published for the private contract station. So we are looking forward to these articles and it's coming forward. And when the time comes, we will all know details concerning our beautiful community. Now, I want to look at this line again. Say, our purpose and mission includes the education of our members so they grow into properly informed and intelligent members of the private society and the larger world society of our respective countries and the world as a whole. Now, let's look at this one. Say the only value that TBC and Kringle carry is that of the mutual benefit, confidence of our private members. We hold the value of every human being on this planet to be of the highest order pursuant to our privately held beliefs and conscience. So it is very, very important. Now, again, I want to read this one. We are a non-denominational and non-hierarchical body of living beings. I'll go to the other one so that we can get to it. Now, I want to look at this. The Kringle Society has been established in conformity and in alignment with the Pantera Draw Private Society. All the records are there. I would like us to go to there and check up details and we'll now know what it means. Now, I want to kind of look at some statements that will help our community. Now, finally, we wish to address something that is currently in progress with respect to an inquiry being conducted by the Security Exchange Commission, SEC, of the United States. Some of our members are aware of this, but most are not. Thus, we want to clear and above board, and this point to talk above to so you understand it properly. This inquiry is a legal process by an authorized government agency. We understand that this is being done with most or all crypto and digital currencies to determine if any currency is in fact structured or promoted as a security, as such will be defined by United States laws. As you all know, many new currencies, coins, and tokens are being created now and have been for several years through a type of offering known as initial coin offer. This, of course, similar to what occurs when private company decide to take corporation public by contracting with a market maker to understand an initial public offering, IPO. So obviously there are similarities in language and function. I will just want to listen. Let's go look at our own situation. In the case of TBC and Kringle, we do not fall into this category. We have never made any claim that TBC and Kringle are a form of security interest in assets or public funds. We are not in the jurisdiction of the United States because we're not a corporate entity in that jurisdiction and do not derive our authority to exist or operate from any state jurisdiction. We have always been clear that we are a private society and private member organization. We now realize that we made a mistake in referencing the value of TBC on dollar terms, and this was corrected earlier this year. We now make reference to grains of gold. But to be absolutely clear, we have never declared either publicly or privately that the currency of TBC and Kringle are secured or backed by gold, only using a grain of gold as a reference point. Again, the value of TBC is simply and solely the value of the living beings who participate in our private society by and through our private contract association. When any member joins the TBC community, they contract to abide by the rules that we publish. Okay? We'll soon be expanding details of our structure and within and educational materials to reflect this. But since inception, we have only been a private member organization, and the value of our currency is nothing more than the value of our membership. So, I think I will just at this stage, let's go back to our screen sharing. So let's stop it. Let me stop sharing our screen and go back so we can conclude. So what I got spoken is just a summary of the public notice. I will enjoin our members download that public notice, go through line by line. And the TBC admin have assured us of further materials for us to have adequate education so as to conduct ourselves appropriately in the light of the present circumstances. So I have to give us the background of this public notice to explain why I love this community. Is a TBC, the Billion Coin is a private community. And this private community is so designed to help each member grow economically, grow financially, and be empowered by the materials we share among ourselves. It's a peer-to-peer community. Our the Billion Coin and the Kringles are medium of exchange we have accepted among ourselves. So, friends, I am a strong believer of TBC. And I believe TBC is here to give us foundation to survive in this chaotic financial climate. So this time, I want to tell us anyone who is a TBC member is someone that is endowed. All to do is to remain strong, remain committed, and follow the current cash flow. We are distributing this TBC. The strength is in our membership. Let's expand this private membership. We are not under any jurisdiction from any government. That's the interesting thing. That's why we never went to the public exchange or anything. There is no security anywhere in the world that would interfere with a private community that is not showing or giving out any security. Ours is a private medium of exchange. And that's why I love this community. We have able leaders, we have an efficient and erudite admin that is guiding us, and we're moving on to get there. We are getting there, friends. Once we hit our billion mark, billion ultimate number, well, we know we have actually arrived at our final bus stop. So this morning, this your friend, your fellow TBCian, Basil Ode, I thank the viewers who have been with me all along. We're going to see you again next time, next Tuesday, as we continue selling these codes of our financial freedom. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye. See you now. See you at the top. Bye.